Hello, my name is Graham Blackbeard from Mobile Mouse and welcome to part 4 Excel Essentials. In this session we'll be dealing with a feature called Flash Fill. Thereafter we'll look at a feature format as table followed by charts, graphs and spark lines. Now you'll notice that I have a spreadsheet class Flash Fill open, and in the spreadsheet what I have is a couple of columns of data, and I've included extra columns, these blank columns in between the data set. In order to use this feature Flash Fill, you need to ensure that you have blank columns for where you want your outcomes. Now, to give you a bit of a heads up and understanding of where I'm going, this may have happened to some of you already in that what you've got is you've got a column with first name and surname, but you would like the two names to be joined together so that you have a joint first name surname, in other words a full name. I've headed this column full name just for ease of navigation. Likewise with all the other blank columns, I've got some headings up here as to the outcomes I want using the feature Flash Fill. So in the old days, and I talk about 2010 version of Excel or older, in order to achieve this you could use a feature, or shall I say a function, called concatenate. Concatenate is a function for joining things, and what I could do in here is typing in the function concatenate. I can use this to join Mocha to Chino. That would be taking the text Mocha, which is in cell A2, and you'll notice that in the preview here, after text when I have a comma, typing in a comma, I would then open my quotations followed by typing in a space and closing the quotes. From the previous part 3 in an if function, we included text, and understanding that all text needs to be within quotations if used within functions. So now I've got my space that is going to be between Mocha. I'm going to type a comma in, and the next entry is going to be Chino. So it's going to be take Mocha, put a space in between and join that to Chino. If I close the bracket, do a controlled enter, the outcome is what I want, but not quite what I want, because I would like to have had Mocha Chino with capitalization of both of those words or names. Now to achieve this I need to look at using another function which is called proper. The proper function would capitalize the first letter of each of these words, and this is now going along those lines of going into formula nesting. So what I'm going to do is in my formula bar I'm going to click before the equals and I'm going to type in proper, and you'll notice that in the choices here converts a text string to proper case, the first letter in each word to uppercase. So I'm going to just press tab and I'm going to close the bracket on the far right over here. Understanding closing the bracket, what I've done is I've said take the outcome of concatenate and proper that, and you'll see if I go control enter I get exactly that outcome. Now this is not really needed going forward as much as it used to be, because we have got a feature, as I said, called Flash Fill that can achieve just that. But just before I show you the Flash Fill and getting to that outcome, if I'm to take A, B, column A and B, and delete that, I'm going to go control minus, you'll notice it returns a ref error. For a reason, the references to both of those cell references no longer exist. Possibly the worst error you could get in functions, or should I say in Excel. I'm just going to undo my move control Z. And I'm going to undo my moves of the proper and undo my move of concatenate. So I'm going to take it back to when I first opened the spreadsheet. So if I'm wanting to achieve Mocha Chino, I could do it the way I've just shown you, but if I've got a version of Excel 2013 or newer, I can rely on Flash Fill. Now, as I said at the start of this, in order to use Flash Fill, you need to ensure that the outcome that you're wanting is done in a blank column. The column doesn't have to have a heading. I've just done it there for ease of navigation, as mentioned earlier. So what you go and do is, in the column that you're wanting to see the outcome, you go ahead and type how you want it to look. In this case, I want it to look like that Mocha Chino. If I press enter, I can now go about typing in the next entry, but keep an eye on screen. As I type in hey, you'll notice that automatically the other entries are showing grayed out. This is the feature Flash Fill kicking in. It is a little bit of AI that is seeing and predicting what I'm wanting to achieve. And if I press enter, job done. So you can see it's a lot less work required in order to get the outcome doing it this way than to use the concatenate and proper. Now, another example is going to be done in this cell here below the heading suburb. In the address on the left, I've got 95 Burns Beach Road, Burns Beach. And the outcome that I'm wanting here is I'm wanting just the suburb. Now, I'm teeing myself up for a bit of failure here, but the reason being is I don't like to always show it going according to plan. I'm wanting to show you that should the flash fill not return the required value, then you need to teach it. So let me go ahead and type in Burns Beach. Now, I'm going to just do a Control Enter to remain on the cell, and where this feature lives, if I'm not to go ahead and type in the next, which is going to be Melbourne, and followed by Joondalup below that, I don't need to actually continue typing in entries to show it what I'm going to be doing. I can actually go straight to the feature. One of the places this feature lives is on the Fill button. You'll see Flash Fill, and as I hover over it, you'll notice Flash Fill has a shortcut key, Control E. If I'm to go to the Data ribbon, you'll notice that there Flash Fill lives as well, and again Control E. So in either place, I can click to achieve the outcome. So here I'm going to click on Flash Fill. And you'll notice that in this case, it hasn't given me the right outcome. I was looking for the suburb, and instead it's given me the street name. So all I need to do, and this is where you don't lose hope, you just go about typing in the entry the way it should be. In other words, teaching this artificial intelligence what you want as an outcome. So here I don't want to see that street, I want to see Melbourne. And by typing in Melbourne, you'll notice that when I go ahead and press Enter, it fixes that up for me. So a really intelligent little bit of software included in Excel, and can be very useful for those that are doing this kind of work.